I say, whoa now, y'all. What's happening with it? Your minds and on the toothless wonder. First thing in the AM, know what I'm talking about? Just want to hop on this jump with a quick one. And I meant to make this last night when it was on my mind, right? And I'm going to touch on something I touched on maybe last video, a couple videos before, right? First of all, we got to understand something, yo. Negroes sell out every day, B. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm trying to think of a time other than Judas when we're reading the word where somebody sold out, yo. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say this, because I was seeing some more rhetoric online about Nelly and Snoop Dogg, and then they showed the Snoop Dogg video maybe from, I don't know, 8 years ago, where he's saying, you know, if you support Donald Trump and you go into inauguration, you will sell out, whoop de whoop. Now he doing it right. At this point, it seems like Negroes are trying to do enough or put enough on their resume to get picked to sell out. And I know personal people saying we should boycott Nelly and kick them, you know, like on the Dave Chappelle, the racial draft, where they trying to trade Nelly and Snoop Doggy Dogg off of Team Black. But why don't you get a trade off Team Black too? Because you sell out at your job. You sold out your community. You know what I'm saying? You done sold out your family. You done sold out in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? They just get mad because they don't like the particular white man they sold out to. But again, yo, I find it so odd how when Meg Thee Stallion, which was totally unclassy, you know what I'm saying, set us back 250 years at the Democratic National Convention, they had abortion vans, tasteless abortion vans, they were twerking, they were scantily clad at the Democratic National Convention. But these same Negroes who I know personally, and I see them online, didn't say that was selling out. They was doing the tap dance Willie Earl, the Mr. Tippy Tom, eating chicken wings and waffles with syrup running down their wrist. But that's a good old time. Yo, we gone, bro. As a people, we is gone, Jack. You know what I mean? Where's the... it's laughable at this point. Y'all seen 4 years ago when Biden got elected? Yo, they was at the black church singing old Negro spirituals like we about to overcome because the dude who can't stay woke got in the office. Totally forgetting he was second in command for 8 years under Obama. Wasn't he? I know the last one. Yeah. What is going to change? It's not meant to change, yo. The only thing you can do is change yourself. And then by default, you may be able to change your circumstances, change and or influence those around you. And enough people do that, you can change the community. Like when Yeshua was on earth, we think it's supposed to be, or at that time, they think it's supposed to be a physical kingdom. No, it's a spiritual kingdom to help you be able to hold up in a physical kingdom that is hell bent on getting you to do what I just said, sell out, yo. Negroes sell out every day, B. Cam and lifelong friends, they throwing each other on the bus online. You know what I'm saying? You got gangster Negroes hopping on white people podcasts, telling all gangster business. Everybody in the street who stick to a code don't stick to it because they all telling on each other. Everybody sold out. The sisters sold out to the sister. The men have sold out into, you know, not standing up for anything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody sold out, except me, and a few others. You know what I'm saying? It's just laughable at this point, yo. It's laughable. But this is this is the intellectual chicanery that proliferates online. These various talking points that lead you nowhere. Nobody is solving any. Segue, please. So I'm up first thing in the morning, right? Now, you know, thanks to y'all prayers, today is my first day at the new gig, right? Which I find it odd, right? And that's how the Most you know, they say, if you want to tell the Most High, or if you want to make the Most High laugh, tell them your plans. Because my plan was to escape Babylon. I went from trying to escape Babylon to essentially being a state employee, yo. It is what it is. But here's the thing, because I can't work now. It's a job, right? But this is my first day, but I'm under the belief I'll be able to work this job because it won't feel like a job. Because if my job feel like a job, I'm finna quit, yo. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, I don't want to wake up in the morning and be like, no, granted, every day different. You have your taxing times and whatever. But if I gotta wake up, I'm like, and I'm dreading going to work, I ain't finna go. And after I get off work, if I'm too wore out, beat down to do the things that I've been doing to help keep me straight, then this job got to go. And I do the same thing with people, place, and things. People start, not being conducive to me or harmonious to my spirit, or they start making me wonder. I ain't finna wonder no more. I'm finna cut you off. But I like to believe this too, yo. As far as the chosen ones talking, because my aunt told me this. She told me I'm a late bloomer. Now I'm 42 years old, and I'm just now within the last 3 years, some change, getting on deck. People that have done all their lives, I just recently done. I ain't had a license in 20 years. I got that back, 18 months ago? You know what I'm saying? The car I'm sitting in is the first car I've ever bought on my own at 42 years old, yeah. But my growth spiritually and mentally and instinctually has been exponential, yeah. So here's why, going back to this whole selling out and this, that, and the third. Now, granted, you're on a job, so, there's parameters of the job, confidentiality, so on and so forth, that you must adhere to, right? And I'm all for that, right? You know what I'm saying? And when I work the job, no matter what job I work at, typically I rock like this. I'm a new man in the door, so I don't know what's going on, other than the general sense, right? So typically I work in a way where it makes it easy on everybody else. So they'll actually want to come to work. And in the process of me, making it easy on everybody else, I'm learning what to do and my own feng shui and how I like to do things, set it up, right? So when they, people feel good about hiring me, and my direct supervisor, well, somebody asks him or her, whoever that may be, oh, how's Calvin doing? Oh, he's great, because I'm making their job easier. Now they want to come to work, right? Now, this is what I'm attempting to do, yeah. If the Lord anoints me to do this, right? Because as I routinely talked about, outside of Baltimore and Annapolis, the town I live in is probably the most dangerous small town or town in a 100-mile radius. We're last in the state as far as everything. The public school system, last. STDs, first. You know what I'm saying? Per capita shootings and unaliving, first. Addiction, poverty, lack of hope, first. You know what I'm saying? So with this particular position I got, what I'm going to attempt to do is do something I've always dreamed of since I was a little bit of boy and reading about these Black History books. Now I ain't talking about going out and marching and, standing in front of the courthouse with shotguns. And I don't think that's supposed to work. It has to be a spiritual change. So what I'm going to attempt to do is do a reverse COVID, in which it should happen, organically, naturally. Not, I have to influence them. I have to, you know what I'm saying? It should just happen naturally, as it's happened in other places, right? But I'm going to try to do a reverse COVID and positively affect, inspire, motivate. And if I do that to enough people and that rubs off on other people, I can potentially, spiritually, change the culture here in the town I live at. Because intellectualism don't change nothing. And here's another thing, now that Trump in there, I'm pretty sure he'll change stuff around and all that. And I remember him and Elijah Cummings, the representative from Maryland at the time, got to beefing because he said something about Trump. And then Trump said, well, what happened to all the federal money that slide across your desk and somehow don't make it where it's supposed to go at? Here's what I'm understanding, and I may get some inside information on this. Because a lot of times, like we see with the migrants, and they able to get, $5,000 cash and housing vouchers and, $2 million in food stamps. Like, how's they getting that? You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is there is so much federal, state money, however that work out, allowed to these various different programs. But typically there's a gatekeeper who signs off on it. That's why you'll notice, like they say, our Caucasian brothers and sisters are actually more in number, let's say, on government assistance. But you never see them in the hood because they get a house and then they can go somewhere else. They put all the negroes in the hood, or you see what I'm saying? The resources are out there. It's just some gatekeeper hold. And this is what happens, because I know this personally from when my aunt sat on the board of a rehab that was in the Walbrook section of West Baltimore. So back when it was state funding, every year they got an audit, and any money left over, they got to account for it. So what she would do is give it to the workers as like a Christmas bonus or, whatever. They actually ended up getting her removed from the board because they wanted that money amongst themselves, even though they were already paying themselves with state money. That's a lot of time what happened. Like I seen the Old Town area in East Baltimore. They've got some more funding to revitalize that. They've gotten funding at least 2 times the 7 years I was in Baltimore off and on. And I think I seen a couple pieces of plyboard get put up. Because what happens is they ended up, the money goes here. Somebody's an overseer of it. They'll hire some contractor that they in bid with. They'll overwrite the project, slip a couple dollars in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of fun. America's built on financial misappropriation every day, B. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to see what I can do, because at this point, I'm tired. I'm tired of saying, okay, if you're tired of it, do something about it to the best of your ability while not draining yourself. Because the town is a legendary town as far, from the civil rights era, from slavery to colonialism. The history on this soil that my car is sitting on is very deep. And I'm trying to resurrect that spirit of entrepreneurialism, social capital. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you come out of jail, you can't get no job. But, it's a brother on such and such street. Go holler at him, tell him I sent you, yo. You know what I'm saying? Good man, good folk, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, they'll do it in the street when you get out and you can go back and sell drugs. But how about doing it on the right-hand side of things? You know what I'm saying? It seems as though I'm being sent back into the same demographic of people that I've been liberated from. You know what I'm saying? It's no different, or in a more social sense, of her tell me. She go ahead and get herself free, initially, and then she turn around and go back across enemy lines to free others who want to be free, because not everybody want to be free. Everybody just like the concept of freedom in their head, but they don't want to, like, okay, me, myself. I already knew this was going to be a long road if I had no life in 20 years. From the time I started looking at it and actively dealt, it took me 2 years to get my license back. You said, for someone who never had credit, you know what I'm saying? It took me a second to establish credit and find various tricks and nuances with no, cash flow. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's going to be a long road to get back in my child's life without being overbearing and, you know what I mean? Just letting, the game come to you. You know how you like, okay, it's a big game, and you start thinking, I got to score 25. Don't think like that, because you ain't going to score no 25 if you're pressing to score 25. Let the game come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad used to say, as long as you in the infield, eventually the ground ball come to you. Just have your glove ready. Stay ready. That way you ain't got to get ready. You know what I'm saying? My new word, stay humble. That way you ain't got to get humble. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we're going to see, and I'll help, without, breaking any confidentiality, HIPAA rules and things like that. Y'all going to chart my progress. You know what I'm saying? Because hopefully, depending on what you're called to do, it should be something similar, There should be some type of, and maybe this is just me, there should be some type of awakening. And I know it is, man, but awakening and people coming together and doing business and sharing information of various skills. Back in the day where, my family and the family across the street tight work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They look out for one another, or they respectable towards one another. You know what I'm saying? Them good folk over there. You know what I'm saying? In hard times, they're supportive of one another. See, here in Babylon, they done got us into this individuality so much so, and I get it, and to some degree, you kind of got to do it like that. But let's go back to the way things used to be, the way things used to be done. You know what I'm saying? Just like, we had MLK Day the other day, he integrated us to a burning house, which if you look in the scriptures, whenever they was in captivity, one of the first things he tell them is, don't assimilate to these people. You know what I'm saying? And don't take on their customs. We done took on Babylon customs so much so we done forgot, we really never knew, but certain morals and family structures and, ideology have been, left by the wayside, chasing Babylonian success that we now see ain't real. Now all they do in Babylon is drug you up and You know what I'm saying? Have y'all depressed and chasing all this frivolous stuff, and then you attain it and see it ain't worth a hill of beans and whatnot. You know what I mean? So that's just a little quick one on this Tuesday. What's the day? Wednesday morning, January 22nd. On that note, I'm gonna sign off. Oh, and shout out to my man CEO King. I ain't gonna put no date on it, but I'm gonna just hop on this junk, with no warning and go live, cause he keep being in the inbox present. And when I make it big, I ain't forget you, bruh. And on that note, I'm gonna holler at y'all. One love. Ooh, ah.